How we doing, lads? I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. Only a few people in the room, so we'll get started. Get a notepad and pen out if we haven't done so already. Let's promote to the team. Text the team, whatever you need to do. Get a few people on the call. We'll have some good information tonight. Not going to keep it too long. We'll work for about 30 minutes. Get some good notes, and that'll be us. Keep inviting, guys. Keep inviting. Well, not the best in terms of attendance, but nonetheless, we're going to start. We're going to make a move, and what I want to touch on tonight. So we've got Tomo, Adam, and Ben Weston. So thank you for being on the call. What I want to touch on tonight is the importance of this, which is the skincare range. Obviously, from a business standpoint, I've been doing my research. I've been looking at what we can get out of this and how we can definitely take our market share of the skincare opportunity and use it as a long-term business to definitely project what we're doing as a group. I have got the training slides available for the skin range, and I want to pass that on to everybody, and I'll put that on the group tonight. This will be so you can learn the material. There's also the Herbalife Skin website. So start doing a little bit of self-studying and start promoting that to your team if we haven't done so already. What I definitely recommend we do, if you can't afford the promo packs, which are a great way to give out and let people try it, definitely get on a 7-day results kit and definitely promote that to the team as well. But I just wanted to touch on tonight is just how big the cosmetics market is, specifically skincare. In 2013, it did 2.1 billion. So if we can definitely tap into that market through word of mouth marketing, which we know works, there's no reason why we can't dominate that sector and really push some revenue into that. Some more facts here. Just how big the market is. I've got here 2% increase from 2012 and showing progress. So it's definitely going up, and I believe it's a great avenue into more homes, and definitely it's just a way to definitely market a different product to more people. So to me, that just made sense. Like I've said, the skincare market in the UK is worth 2.1 billion. And the European market, if you're thinking of the bigger picture, which you should be, think bigger, is 72.3 billion euros. So the market's definitely there, and Herbalife have been smart in tapping into that market. So promote the skincare to your group, and that's the key. But what I want to touch on tonight is I don't want to keep it product based. I definitely want to motivate and share some of my knowledge and what I've been through in building my businesses. And what I want to touch on tonight is the idea of getting more and working from home successfully. These are key. So write this down. Getting more. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get more. I think too often now people frown upon people who want more out of life, who people who want to move forward and benefit themselves. But before we go into that training, I definitely want to look at some tips that I've got here, which I'll make available to the group, of how to work from home or run a network marketing home-based business more successfully, and really take these points on, study them, and teach them to your team. So number one, if you are working from home, and I can see who's on the call now, a lot of you are part-time, working it around a current commitment. You're probably working it around family life as well. So time can be, oops, nearly fell over. Time can be very vital. So the key is define your spaces and separate work from home. So define your spaces and separate work from home. What I do is I have a dedicated room for work. And this room, if you're taking it serious, should not be mixed with family. Set aside a workspace, and when you enter it, that's for work. And I think the only thing with this industry is the ability to sometimes treat it as a profession, and if you treat it as a profession, you'll be paid accordingly. So definitely, if you've not set up your space, definitely look to do that long term. And it definitely helped me out when I started doing that. It's difficult to work on the sofa when your partner's watching TV and stuff like that. So put that separate, and your family wants to know that this is your office and you're in there to not only benefit yourself but benefit them long term. So number 2 is set regular hours and stick to a schedule. I get a lot of calls off you guys wanting to know what I do on a daily basis and how I've been able to get to where I am. And it's definitely, once I started operating off a schedule, my income just went up and up and up and up and up. So definitely schedule what you're going to do, pick the hours that you're going to do the business, and stick to that as a religious habit. Have that as a habit. So if you've got kids, if you've got a spouse, whatever, tell them, listen, I'm going to work for a full hour now, and that's in my schedule, and that's just it. And that wants to be uninterrupted time. I sat through a webinar today, and just, if you could focus 2 hours a day onto your business, just think where you're going to be in 18 months. If you can focus 2 hours a day for 18 months of income producing activities, just imagine where you're going to be. So start scheduling your time out, whether you work off a day planner, a to-do list, whatever it is, have that down and definitely work off that and be religious with the schedule. The power schedule, once I started doing that and writing it down the night before what I was going to do for the next day, my income started going up and up and up and up. So definitely work to that. I've got here number 3.3 would be to prepare as you would any other job. That would be me getting dressed for success and being presentable. You know what I mean? Just little things like that. There's a select few. This might just be me. There's a few people who show up to the meeting well dressed, and I've got respect for that. If I were a prospect and I saw that, I would be more prone to going somewhere. It might be, even if you like wearing tracksuits, it might just be a smart branded tracksuit. That might just be me. But definitely prepared as you would any normal job, and that would be involved getting dressed, whatever it is, to get presentable for your business platform. So the next point is avoid retreating to family on tough days. So again, I'm sometimes a little bit of a counselor for the group, which I like, and we want to help you move forward in any aspect, but avoid retreating to family on tough days. That might be, listen, if you get a couple of bad calls, or you get a customer who drops off, or you get someone who doesn't show up to the meetings, instead of, when the going gets tough in business, move forward, put the foot down and go faster. That is one tip. Once I start coming against roadblocks, I push harder, push harder, push harder, because if you start retreating to family on tough days, that might be TV or the comfort of kids, the sofa, food, whatever it is. If it's called work, it's network marketing. So dig in on tough days and push through. That's definitely a big tip. I've got the next tip is wear the boss's hat. You have to be able to manage yourself by being the boss of you, that directs you on what is expected, what has to get accomplished, and manage yourself accordingly. This is definitely an independent job. So you have to be self-sufficient in marketing the products and in marketing yourself and marketing the service. Because like I've said always, there's 2 ways you get paid in this gig. It's retail and it's recruitment. So they want to be your main focus every day. So manage your activities based around those 2 things. I've got here, this is big for me as well. And if you write anything down, write this down in capitals, because this worked for me so well. It's get a predictable start to each day. This was big for me. I'm full-time on this now, so I have to make sure that my morning rituals are bang on. I start the day with exercise, breakfast, and then shower. So, and then get dressed. That is just little things like that. And then go straight to work. And when I'm in my office, I'm writing down long-term goals before the day started and today's to-do list. And that has to be dominated. I mean, it has to happen. So get a predictable start to each day. To me, excuse me, that's so important, because that's going to set the standard for the day. And if you can get off to a good start, whatever your rituals are in the morning, even if it means, listen, if you want this bad enough, you will get up an hour earlier and set that standard for that day. The next point before we go into the main body of tonight is keep stats. So whatever you're doing, if it's making calls, if it's servicing customers, if it's 3-day trials, if it's inviting to the webinar, if it's inviting to whatever it is, keep stats. Because if you don't keep stats of what you've done, it's very unlikely that you can review what you've done. And I keep stats on everything. That's outbound calls, inbound calls, webinars, emails, articles I've read and written, just everything that I can possibly write down to keep to track, whether it's my income as well. You know what I mean? I track everything so I can see that I'm moving forward, and that's so important, moving forward. You can also see there, if you're working with your mentor or your coach, where your weak points are. And if you've got weak points, then you can work on those weak points. So another tip is use, this is if you want to make the big money, use the office after your schedule. So what I'll do, if I ever get, like now, I've been working now, tell me on 7 o'clock, I've been working since about 5 o'clock online, doing webinars, Uvu, Skypes, FaceTimes, all that stuff. And I'm motivated, I'm fired up. So I'll stay working now here as long as I need to. I don't put a time frame on it, because ultimately I'm working. So in 5-6 years time, I'm going to be set and I won't have to worry about money again. So be your own boss. You know what I mean? And whatever you want out of it, if you put more in, this is the only business model I've seen, which is performance and effort based, and it's all up to you. So that is just, if you can get your head around that is performance and effort based. And if you put more time in, you get more out. It's uncapped. So you can, whenever you're motivated, then dig in. You know what I mean? Listen, there's going to be some days where you're not as motivated as the rest. That might be for any aspect of life, training, eating, spouse, work, whatever it is. There's going to be days where you're less motivated to do the stuff that you should be doing than you are. But the days where you are, dig in. Okay, dig in. And so there's some quick points of how to really benefit better and work more efficiently from home. And I think these points are key, and you definitely need to research these. And so the notes you've taken, look more into it. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the brief overview of what I'm looking at and what I do. But go out there and be willing to study, because long term it's going to benefit what you're doing. You guys are on the call, you 7 guys are on the call now. You clearly want to win at what we're doing. It's just a fact. You want to win. You wouldn't be on the call at 7:15 on a Sunday evening if you didn't want to win. So I'm giving you these facts, and I give you the brief overview because I've been there, done that, and I know it works. And I want everyone who's on the call to succeed. That is just it. So what I'm going to look at tonight, and write this, draw a line in your notes, and what I want to look at is the more formula. And this to me is big, because too many people are not willing to talk about money, not willing to talk about being successful, not willing to talk about wanting more, whatever that is, whatever more is. If more is £50 a week extra or £50,000 a week extra, everyone deserves more, and everyone, to me, should get that and get after it. And maybe that's just me again, but listen, I think everybody deserves more. And I'm going to discuss tonight the more formula, because every decision you make in life is on 3 things, I believe. 3 things, whatever it is, you've got 3 decisions. And the first decision is, do you want more? Do you want less? Or do you want the same? So that's anything. If you want more money, are you willing to work harder for it? If you want more time with your spouse, or do you want less, or do you want the same? So think about it like that. More, every decision is more, less, or the same. So ask yourself the question, if that makes sense. Why not go for more? Whatever you're doing, why not go for more? Why would you go for less, and why would you go for the same? Because to me, the same long term is going to be less. So shoot for more in anything you do, any aspect of life, shoot for more. So, and here's a tip. This is a big tip, and I see it on Facebook all the time, because it's so easy. You guys who are out there trying to work the business and benefit yourself, for your friends, for yourself and your family. Anyone and this has happened to me, anyone who is telling you more is not good is someone who does not have enough. Anybody who's telling you that you work too hard, you're doing this, you should spend more, all that, anyone who's telling you more is not good simply does not have enough, and they've quit on their dream. So have that and have that down, so you know, have that. That is just massive. That was massive for me. That was massive once I understood that, because once you start off in any business, it's easy to be influenced by friends and family who are broke, who might not have what you have or understand why you're doing it. Okay, so look, and I'm going to look at now at what stands between you and more. I mean, we have a great vehicle in Herbalife, but what is standing between you and more? And I want you to not only write this down, but go along, not only write the notes down, but elaborate on your personal story of what you think to these, and possibly what's, if any of these relate to you personally, which they will. So be honest with yourselves tonight. So looking at what stands between you and more, number one is competition. Okay, competition. That might be another brand, it might be whatever it is. Okay, and the thing to dominate and not compete is to get attention. You'll see Ben Kikane's a prime example of getting attention. Anything that we can do to get attention on our business, we'll do it. Whether it's fit clubs, homes, we'll put events on, we'll put whatever it is, whatever we're running at the time, we're always trying to get attention, and that will put us above our competition, whatever that is. Because we want people to buy our great products, we want people to join what we're doing, but we must get attention, and that is key. Number two is missed opportunities. So that might be someone, you get a lead and you don't follow up correctly, or you don't offer a quality service on a customer and you lose a customer. It might be not simply asking. I've got another training here which is going to be on Wednesday, but I can briefly go over it now. Not asking for referrals, something as simple as asking for referrals. Like you're missing out on the ability to move forward quicker. So look at that. So you've got competition. This is what stands between you and having more. Competition, missed opportunities, and thirdly, the acceptance of being average. And I say this not to be rude. I say this because I was in the same boat. I went to university, partied, played rugby there, and I just did not even, I can't even remember doing much studying. You know what I mean? And that was an average mentality. Whereas now, I'm unwilling to accept being average, because I know there's a vehicle in Herbalife to benefit me, to move forward. So that must be key. And what I found is, personally, when I operate on the more formula, okay, wanting more and be willing to work for more, I start being more productive. So if I shoot for more than just doing the same what we're doing today, and tomorrow I'll shoot for more, and the day after more, I will start to be more productive. I will start to make more money, and that just builds confidence. And that is the key, getting confident and comfortable, and that's going to build confidence. So what we're going to go now, this is the more formula. This is not what I've created. This is definitely one of my mentors who I've studied, but this is the more formula. So number one, and this is, we want to relate this to Herbalife, but this can be related to any aspect of anything, whether it's your partner, your kids, whatever, training, eating patterns, whatever. Number one is, first and foremost, identify what is wanted. So in your Herbalife business, that might be more customers. It might be more people to at home. It might be more people on the webinar. It might be more people to get in front of me and Ben to have a discussion, whatever. So number one, always identify what is wanted. What is wanted? Okay, what do you want? Is it money? Is it more distributors? Is it more business partners? Is it more customers? Whatever. Identify that. So number one, I'm going to write that down. What do I want? Okay. Number two is identify what is in the way. So if you want more customers, right? If you've had, let's just use an example. You've identified you want more customers, and you've identified what's in the way, like you're not picking up the phone. Then this moves on to the third point, which is remove the block. So removing the block there would be, I've got to make calls. I've got to take that block of not making calls out of the equation, right? And number four is then adding the skill. So adding in the skill would be, learning a script. It might be learning how to get confident and comfortable on the phone through practice. So adding in skills. So you've got number one, identify what is needed. Okay. So I'll do this task once we finish this call. Identify what is needed. Number two, identify what is in the way. Number three, remove the blocks. Number four, add skills. Work on the skills. So to me, that's massive. And so, but ultimately, everyone on this call tonight has that inner drive. And the key is to shoot for more. There's no reason why you shouldn't shoot for more. There's no reason why you can't have anything that you want, from this business, if you're willing to be goal orientated, and just remember that there is no way that more is a bad thing in any aspect of life. I don't think any aspect of life, there's no way that more is a bad thing. So get that out of your head. But so just to wrap up, I'm not going to keep you guys all night. I am going to touch back on a few bits in terms of the skincare, but I just want to finish off the mentorship bit. But the takeaways for tonight for me is number one, only more can give you security in whatever you want. So if you shoot for more, you're going to have security. That's time freedom, that's money, that's the house you want, the car you want, whatever it is, more is going to give you that security. Number two is the same is always less over time. So if you just operate on the same standard, the same level of effort, the same output, then over time that will become less and less and less and less, because you need to keep striving to be better, keep striving for self-improvement. And that then ties into what you're listening to, what you're reading, who are you surrounding yourself with. Because I had to make a decision when I was a kid, and we're getting in trouble fighting and drinking and messing about and getting in no good and just playing up. And I had to make a decision to remove myself from that completely, and surround myself with people who were moving forward. And some people might have to make that decision, and that's a decision that only you can make. So ask yourself, is who you're surrounding yourself with, does that benefit you? Does that benefit your family? And if not, then listen, remove that. So number 3 point is focus on your potential and not on where you are now. Listen, whatever type of person you are now, where you are in terms of the marketing plan, or where you are in terms of income, don't think of that. Think of your potential. And if you're most people will not operate on their full potential. And if you start operating on that potential, that's the only thing that matters. If you're not, only you know that. So don't focus on where you are now. Focus on your potential. So if you know deep down that you can be a president's team, then just go do it. You know what I mean? Be willing to go out there. If you've got the potential to do that, which no doubt you have if you're on the call tonight, then go and do it. And to me, this ties back into, it couldn't be easy now in Herbalife with the launch of this stuff, right? Trust me. I don't know whether you're late to the call, but I touched on a few facts, and I just want to go over those facts again. The skincare market has reached 2.1 billion in 2013. The European skincare market is now worth 72.3 billion euros. Tell me there's not a market for that when we know how strong word of mouth marketing works. There's definitely a market out there for it. And it's just the key now of getting out there and being competitive in the landscape. You know what I mean? Beating your L'Oreals, beating your Estée Lauders, and getting out there and letting people try this product, because we're getting fantastic testimonials and fantastic referrals and stuff now. So it's working. It's definitely working. And if you can, you're seeing the skincare stuff right at the very beginning of the market. So tap into that. Don't be, like I said, dominate that space. I can see Claire's on the call. Claire's definitely up for taking the head with this and really running with this, because she can definitely see there's a market for it there. So, and the final point tonight is demand greatness in all areas of your life. Everything, you know what I mean? Every aspect that you do, demand greatness, and don't be willing to fall short. Don't be willing to sit back and watch everyone else succeed. Demand greatness, right? And really just remember what's up and coming. Remember what's around the corner, because we're putting a blueprint, and we're definitely putting a team together now that's going to absolutely dominate in the next 18 months. So we're on 25 past 7. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just want to make sure, remind you on what's up and coming. The Customer Blitz Day, that's finalized now. That will be put on PDF. That will be put on the group either tonight or tomorrow. I want you to study the scripts, to read it through, put your comments on the post so we can get some feedback, and then we're going to get a date together. Okay, we're going to get a date together and we're going to do this. We're going to blitz the day. It's going to be an 8-hour day. We're going to go all in. We're going to make a shitload of money and we're going to do it. So, like I said, we've got the Customer Blitz Day. We've got the launch of the new skin. So if you haven't got your promo packs, invest in them. If you can't afford the promo packs at the minute, invest in some 7-day results kits, which are back available now, because I'm fired up. And now more than ever, I believe that anyone can get more and have more as long as you're committed. So keep motivated, keep grinding, listen to the good stuff, get the good stuff in your ears, read whatever you need to do, get around the winners, get around the movers who are making this happen, and let's absolutely blow it out the water, because success is coming. Success is coming and it's just around the corner. So have a great Sunday night. Listen, I'll see you all Wednesday. And let's keep promoting this. We only had 7 on the call tonight, so not the best in terms of numbers, but I want to make this mentorship call something that we get on every Sunday night to keep motivated and to kick on for the rest of the week, because I've said this now, and I've said it to Ben, I'm all in with this group. So if you need me for Uvu, Skypes, FaceTimes, personal visits, whatever you need, then let's do it. Let's make it happen. Good night.